What food isn't worth the effort to be homemade? Once we made homemade Coca-Cola. It was amazing to see the absolutely crazy different flavors that go into it, and this crazy broth to slowly become such a familiar smell. Came out right on the money. Then we went and bought some Cokes. I've had multiple people try and make tater tots. You can't recreate the magic with low effort. Phyllo pastry. I'm the kind of guy to go all the way in making things myself. Bread, pasta, pizza, burger buns, flour tortillas, sushi, etc. all from scratch. Never again am I trying to make mochi ice cream. Hard, long and frustrating. Crackers. I made them from scratch, and it was more trouble than it's worth. I made my own chipotle aioli after having a sandwich in a restaurant, and loving the sauce. Food processor, eggs, oil, seasoning, and some trial and error resulted in a pretty good sauce, and a lot of cleanup. I later learned the restaurant just mixes chipotle powder into Hellman's mayo. Anything with puff pastry. I've made homemade ramen fully from scratch, noodles, the broth, the chashu, whole 9 fucking yards, literally, once in my life. Once. Never doing that shit again. Why should I pay for pad thai when I can buy the ingredients and make a much worse pad thai? Century eggs. Who has that kind of time? I've never made it myself, but I watched Babish make Baked Alaska on his channel, and that looked like a real chore for what amounted to an ice cream cake from Baskin Robbins. Edit. So I forgot Babish's Baked Alaska was part of his Sims video, and not an independent video, so if anyone wanted to watch it, here you go. https://u2.b/z4bwb8k7ymt equals 370. I've been trying to make steamed buns, and it's hella hard. Steam a basket, making the dough, and sometimes it just doesn't come out right. I wish my town had more Vietnamese places. The author of the book Make the Bread, Buy the Butter combed through dozens of typical foods, and determined which ones are worth producing yourself, and which should be purchased. Strongly suggested. The book also includes recipes, and color commentary, and it's a lot of fun. Blooming fried onion cheese. You ever tried to make decent tasting cheese? Any Chinese multi-course dinner darn near impossible to serve except in consecutive dishes. My aunt was a professional baker for a long time. According to her, if you shop at Costco, the answer is cheesecake. She was always particularly good at making cheesecake, and she fully believes there's no reason to put in the effort, because the ones they sell are that good. I haven't had her homemade cheesecake in a long time, so I can't compare, but those Costco cheesecakes are the bomb. Also, my cat loves to sleep in the lids. Edit. Cat tax, https://i.imgur.com/cszlgzc.jpg. Anything with odd ingredients you don't use regularly. Buying ingredients for something that you may eat once in a blue moon is rarely worth it. Just get it at a restaurant. Anything with phyllo dough or puff pastry. Fuck making them from scratch. Croissants. I spent hours trying to make those ones once, and the result tasted fine, but they weren't croissants. Getting the layered puff pastry right is beyond my skills, and it's an absurd amount of work. Now I just buy some, if I want some. Edit. People, please stop suggesting Pillsbury. I'll buy them at a bakery, but the ones Pillsbury sells in cans are a crime against bakery. A crime anyways. Tamales. As a Texan, tamales are life, but I never knew why they were so damn expensive. Then I tried to make them. The recipe and ingredients are easy, but assembling the damn things takes 4 arms and 92 fingers. I will happily hand my money to some nice abuela for them, so I never have to lose my mind with sticky masa ever again. Not an answer, but I generally try to order stuff in restaurants that I know I wouldn't want to make at home. Russian honey cake / aka Medovic /https://i.imgur.com/nxshs5p.jpg. I made it once. You could taste the anger that went into it. Not really, it tasted amazing. But it was so labor intensive and took so much time. Then again, I can't really find anywhere local that sells it, either. So I'll probably have to make it again when I'm feeling extra patient. Macarons. Update, damn, didn't realize macarons were so polarizing. This is the most responses I've ever received for a comment for me, anything fried. Deep frying at home takes way too long, and it usually doesn't taste that much better than store-bought stuff. Also macarons. Fuck those little guys, they take hours, and don't even rise half the time. Scotch eggs. I made them once for my family, and they were so impressed that now it's something I have to make for them every once in a while. I think they are more mesmerized by the presentation. The yolk oozing out does look cool, than the taste, because IMO they are just okay, not amazing. Quick video of the last time I made them, https://i.imgur.com/sc7bwf4.mp4. Yes, I know it's a little too crispy. I slightly overfried this batch. Hash brown patties, who the fuck has the time to grate and take the moisture out of a shit ton of potatoes when you can buy a pack of 24 at the store for like $5? Removed. The real answer is any cuisine you don't make a lot or often. If you make Italian regularly you'll have a lot of stuff to make most of it. But suddenly switching to another culinary tradition that requires you to buy everything can make it expensive, and then you have a bunch of stuff you don't use regularly. Some of it lasts, some of it doesn't. Also a huge amount of things, if you're just feeding yourself. Everything is made for families, so sometimes even basic stuff produces a lot of waste, because you don't want to eat the same thing for 4 meals, because you could only buy the stuff in those quantities. Takeout is often strictly portioned for one person, makes it very tempting. Donuts, croissants. That shit is hard. Put respect on your bakers. Sushi. It's my favorite food, but I'm buying it authentic though. It calls for all kinds of spices your typical home kitchen doesn't have. Star anise, whole cardamom. Requires slow simmered broth, plus things like tripe and tendon that are hard to find. Add to that the fact that it's highly perishable, doesn't freeze well at all. It's just a lot of work to serve one person. I'll occasionally make a streamlined version with packaged bone broth, shaved beef, rice noodles, and some spices, but it's nowhere near authentic. A lot of pasta stuff, I'm thinking specifically of pierogies. Homemade tastes better for sure, but maybe like 25%-50% better than store-bought. However, instead of being a meal that takes 15 minutes, it becomes an all-day affair with hours and hours of work. 50% better taste for 1200% more effort isn't a good homemade improvement ratio IMO baklava. It's so damn good, but I hate making it. Sourdough bread, at least for me. I don't want to have to maintain a sourdough starter for something I will not make that often. Let the bread gurus have their thing. I'm content with my quick breads. Edit. I love the range of everyone's replies. Half of you are like, easiest thing ever, only takes a minute per year. The other half are like, it's like literally raising children. Sushi. 100%. I can't tell if I'm just bad at making it, but it will never be as good as sushi from a restaurant. Kimchi. It's messy and take a whole day. There's a reason why Koreans set aside a day for making it, and make enough to last half a year at least. There was a farmer's market near me, where they were selling artisanal kimchi, and I just laughed. Making kimchi is the opposite of small batch. You make as much as you can possibly store, and control how quickly they ferment. I get it though. If you grew up eating the one your mom made from a family recipe, Other kimchi will taste different, and some might even taste not that great for you. But honestly, it's worth cutting that tether and getting used to factory-made kimchi, still made by a bunch of old ladies except in an industrial scale, because once you get used to it, it's still pretty good. I will however forever hold in my heart the memory of kimchi making days when my mom would work the whole day salting cabbages and mixing up the stuffing, and make me a plate of the fresh stuffing wrapped in the wilted, salted cabbage leaves, Sam/Sam. It's an amazing treat only available on the day they make kimchi.